Ford is releasing the 2027 Maverick, a compact pickup starting under $30,000 that is giving the whole truck market a very real reason to worry. If you've been stuck choosing between a truck that actually does the job and one you can actually afford, the Maverick is about to solve that problem for you. Most people assume a pickup at this price means cutting corners on everything that matters, but the 2027 Maverick is arriving with a hybrid powertrain returning nearly 40 miles per gallon, 4,000 pounds of towing capacity, and a sport trim that covers 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. Decent worker. The Maverick is built on a unibody platform, the same kind of architecture found under many crossovers and family vehicles. That design prioritizes ride comfort, maneuverability, and fuel efficiency over raw capability, and most buyers in this segment wouldn't want it any other way. Think about how most people actually use a pickup truck day to day. It's not demolition debris or 10,000 pounds of landscaping stone. It's a piece of furniture, a few bags of mulch, or a small trailer heading to a storage unit. That's the kind of work the Maverick is built around, and it handles it well. Payload capacity is rated at 1,500 pounds, covering the vast majority of light hauling most buyers will ever encounter. Towing starts at 2,000 pounds in standard configuration, and with the optional tow package that climbs to 4,000 pounds, more than many compact crossovers can manage. The 4.5-foot bed is compact but well engineered. Ford confirms it fits up to 18 sheets of 4x8-foot plywood flat with no angling required. A payload of 1,500 pounds and 4,000 pounds of towing is already more than most people expect from a vehicle this size, but none of it would mean much if the powertrain made the Maverick expensive to operate, and that's exactly where Ford plays its strongest card. Hybrid, capable, and very efficient. The standard powertrain is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid pairing a gasoline engine with an electric motor for a combined output of 191 horsepower. A CVT handles the power delivery, and front-wheel drive is the default configuration, with all-wheel drive available for buyers in tougher climates. Fuel costs add up fast. For someone driving 30,000 miles a year, the difference between 25 miles per gallon and nearly 40 is a lot of money. That's the kind of saving the Maverick Hybrid is built to deliver. EPA ratings for the front-wheel drive version come in at 42 miles per gallon city, 35 on the highway, and 39 combined. The all-wheel drive hybrid returns 40 city, 34 highway, and 37 combined, still exceptional for a crew cab pickup. With a 13.8-gallon fuel tank, the front-wheel drive hybrid is capable of covering up to 580 miles on a single fill, making long highway runs a stress-free proposition. Towing capability isn't sacrificed either. With a tow package, the hybrid model is rated to pull up to 4,000 pounds, and 0 to 60 comes in at around 6.7 seconds, which is appropriate for a truck built around efficiency and daily usability. So the hybrid is nearly untouchable on fuel economy, but if those miles per gallon ratings come at the cost of performance you actually want, the Turbo 4 is where the Maverick story gets a lot more interesting. Turbo 4 still available. For buyers who want more from the engine bay, the 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder is the answer. Output lands at 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. Paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 drops to around 6 seconds in standard all-wheel drive configuration. EPA ratings come in at 23 miles per gallon city and 33 highway. For a long time, the only way to get the Turbo 4 was to also pay for all-wheel drive, which pushed the price up and put it out of reach for buyers who simply wanted more power without the added cost. That changed relatively recently and carries forward here. The Turbo 4 is available with front-wheel drive, offering a clear path into turbo performance at a significantly lower price point. All-wheel drive remains available for those who want the full package. Interior design, clean and well-built. What makes the Maverick's cabin unusual is the range it covers from one end of the lineup to the other. The gap between the base trim and the upper end is wide, and that gap is deliberate, giving buyers genuine flexibility to choose exactly what level of comfort they're paying for. Buying a truck at this price usually means accepting a cabin that reminds you of the compromise every time you get in. Hard plastics everywhere, materials that feel rushed, features stripped out to hit a number. The Maverick doesn't work that way. At the base end, the XL is intentionally simple. Cloth upholstery, standard safety technology, and a 13.2-inch touchscreen are the highlights. Keyless ignition and heated seats are not part of the deal at this level, and that's the point. For buyers whose priority is the lowest possible purchase price, the XL delivers exactly what it promises. The cabin changes character as you you move up. The XLT introduces alloy wheels, keyless entry and push-button start, upgraded upholstery, and a power-locking tailgate. Optional packages add heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, LED bed lighting, and remote engine start. The Lariat takes it further with dual-zone automatic climate control, synthetic leather upholstery, a Bang & Olufsen audio system, onboard navigation, and a 360-degree camera system all come standard. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard across every trim, as is the 13.2-inch touchscreen. On the safety side, automated emergency braking, lane departure warning, and lane keeping assist are standard across the lineup. Front legroom measures 42.8 inches, which is generous, while the rear settles in at 35.9 inches. That's functional for most trips, though taller adults will feel the limits on longer drives. The cabin flexibility is strong across the board, but none of the trims we just covered will prepare you for what the Lobo brings to the table, because this one is playing a completely different game. Lobo. Affordable performance. At the performance end of the Maverick lineup sits the Lobo trim, and it stands apart from every other variant in the range. It runs exclusively on the 2.0-liter Turbo 4, producing 250 horsepower, but the delivery, the tuning, and the overall personality of the truck are different in ways that go well beyond a badge. Most compact trucks are designed to be practical first and enjoyable to drive second, if at all. The handling experience rarely comes up in conversation because there usually isn't much to say. The Lobo is built specifically to change that. The truck rides on a lowered sport-tuned suspension paired with sport-tuned steering and upgraded performance brakes. The 7-speed automatic with paddle shifters replaces the 8-speed found in other turbo variants, giving the driver a more direct connection to the powertrain. Torque vectoring all-wheel drive is standard, actively shifting power between the rear wheels to sharpen cornering response. The defining feature is the dedicated Lobo driving mode, which encourages the rear end to rotate on corner exit. That's a dynamic that most trucks at any price point simply can't replicate. 0 to 60 comes in at 5.8 seconds. The exterior gets its own treatment. Unique front-end styling, a distinctive grille, and 19-inch wheels set the Lobo apart visually. Inside, Lobo-specific synthetic leather upholstery finishes the package. The Lobo is arriving at a price that makes most performance trucks look overpriced, but the question now is when it's actually showing up at dealerships and what the full lineup is going to cost. Release date and price. The 2027 Ford Maverick is arriving at dealerships later this year, with full trim availability expected at launch. No significant mechanical changes are coming for this cycle. The updates introduced over the past couple of model years are carrying forward, and the lineup is settled. A slight price increase is expected, but it will be modest. Base XL models are going to start around $30,000, keeping the Maverick's strongest advantage intact. The rest of the lineup runs from the low 30s for the XLT, through the upper 30s for the Lobo Standard, and up to the mid 40s for the top configurations. The hybrid remains the value leader, with fuel economy approaching 40 miles per gallon combined and base pricing under $30,000. The case is direct and straightforward. The 2027 Ford Maverick is doing something that's harder than it looks. It's covering a wide range of buyers without losing focus on any of them. The unibody platform and 1,500-pound payload make it a genuine light-duty workhorse. The hybrid powertrain, returning nearly 40 miles per gallon combined, makes it one of the most efficient trucks on the market, full stop. The Turbo 4, now available with front-wheel drive, gives performance-oriented buyers a more affordable path in. The interior scales from deliberately basic to genuinely refined, depending on how much the buyer wants to spend. And the Lobo, with its sport-tuned suspension, torque vectoring all-wheel drive, and 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds, proves that a compact truck at this price can still deliver a driving experience worth talking about. With base pricing holding under $30,000 and the full lineup arriving later this year, the Maverick is making a strong case that value and capability don't have to be a trade-off. But soon enough, the competition in this part of the truck market will become much tougher, because rival companies are bringing up their small pickups to the game, including Toyota and its Hilux Champ, which you can check out in our next video. With a genuine body-on-frame platform and absurdly low price, this truck is about to redefine the whole small pickup market in North America.